Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You're standing 10 years from now. 10 years of life, of growth, of every choice you made and every challenge you faced. And there's one person waiting for you. One voice that knows exactly what could have been. It's your future self. And they're looking at you, not with judgment, not with disappointment, but with a question: what would have happened if you never stopped believing? Pause for a second. Let that sink in. Because think about it. How many times have you stopped believing in yourself? How many times have doubts whispered louder than your dreams? How many times have you let fear, setbacks, or the world's expectations convince you that maybe you weren't enough? That maybe this was as far as you'd go? We've all been there. We've all felt the weight of life pressing down on our shoulders. We've all stared at our goals, big or small, and thought, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I should just wait for a sign, a miracle, something to make it easier. But here's the truth. Your future self doesn't need a miracle. They need one thing from you: your belief. Not just on the easy days, when everything aligns and life feels effortless. Not just when someone else tells you you're capable. Not just when the world hands you a sign in perfect timing. They need you to believe in yourself, even when it's hard, even when you stumble, even when it seems like nothing is going right. Imagine for a moment, what would happen if you kept going, kept pushing, kept showing up, no matter how hard it got? What if you refused to let fear dictate your path? What if you treated every no, every failure, every delay not as a reason to stop, but as a signal to keep moving? The truth is, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when ordinary people start creating extraordinary lives. That's when dreams stop being dreams and start being reality. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. Think about the countless people throughout history who changed the world. Do you think they were always confident? Do you think every step was easy? Of course not. But they never stopped believing in themselves, and they never stopped moving forward. This video isn't about luck. It's not about waiting for someone to hand you the keys to success. It's about understanding the one thing that has always been within your reach: your belief in yourself. And belief isn't just some vague feeling. It's a decision, a commitment, a refusal to let setbacks define your story. So, let me ask you again, because your future self is still waiting. What would happen if you never stopped believing? Would you finally take that leap you've been afraid of? Would you chase the dream you've been too hesitant to pursue? Would you build the life you've imagined, brick by brick, step by step, day by day? The answer is yes. But it starts with one thing: you deciding, right now, to keep believing. And here's the secret about belief: it's contagious. Once you truly believe in yourself, your actions begin to align with that belief. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin turning failures into lessons, doubts into fuel, and obstacles into stepping stones. Imagine 10 years from now looking back and realizing, every time you kept believing, every time you refused to quit, every time you chose faith over fear, you were building a life far greater than you ever imagined. And here's something powerful: it's not too late. Your future self isn't a stranger. They are you, waiting for you to catch up, waiting for you to make the choice today to believe, act, and persevere. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. So, let this be your wake-up call. This is not just motivation. This is a message from your future self, your higher self, your wiser self, the person you're capable of becoming. Start believing today, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect. Today, because belief without action is just hope. And hope is powerful, but action backed by unwavering belief is unstoppable. Now, we're going to take the next step together. Before you can start seeing the life your future self is calling you toward, you need to understand who you are right now. We're going to explore self-awareness and mindset, the foundation of every dream, every goal, and every success you want to create. Because the stronger your understanding of yourself, the more unstoppable your belief becomes. And that's where we start. The moment when your future self starts looking at you with pride, not with questions. Imagine standing in front of a mirror. Not the mirror that shows your reflection, but the mirror that reflects your mind, your habits, your thoughts, and your beliefs. Most of us go through life without really looking in that mirror. We react to circumstances, chase what others say is important, or measure ourselves against standards that aren't ours. And the truth? Until you understand who you truly are, your belief in yourself will always feel fragile. Self-awareness is the foundation of every dream realized, every goal achieved, and every obstacle overcome. Because when you know yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your habits, your fears, you gain clarity. You stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates, but what does self-awareness really mean in practice? It's not about labeling yourself good or bad. It's about honesty, reflection, and curiosity. It's asking, what are my natural strengths? Where do I struggle most? What habits propel me forward or hold me back? How do my thoughts shape my actions? Let's start with strengths. Most people underestimate the power of their own abilities. You have talents, skills, and qualities that are uniquely yours. Some of them are obvious. Others are hidden behind doubt or neglect. Identifying your strengths allows you to lean into them, to use them as levers for growth. Equally important is acknowledging your weaknesses. This isn't self-criticism, it's strategy. Knowing where you struggle allows you to either improve or create systems to work around limitations. Strength without awareness of weakness can lead to overconfidence. Weakness without acknowledgement can lead to stagnation. Awareness balances the two. And then there's habits, the invisible architecture of your daily life. Your habits shape your results more than your intentions ever will. Successful people aren't superhuman. They're consistent in their daily actions. They've trained their minds to show up even when motivation fades. The power of mindset understanding yourself is the first step, but cultivating a strong, growth-oriented mindset is the engine. Your mindset determines how you interpret challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. People with a fixed mindset see obstacles as threats and failures as proof of limitation. People with a growth mindset see challenges as lessons, failures as feedback, and effort as the path to mastery. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford lets put this into perspective with real-life examples. Example 1. J.K. Rowling before Harry Potter. Rowling faced rejection after rejection. She was a struggling single mother living on welfare. Every no could have been a reason to stop, but she reframed failure as feedback, persisted, and refused to let setbacks define her belief in herself. Today, her story shows how mindset transforms lives. Example 2. Michael Jordan. Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. For many, this would have been a defeat, but he used it as motivation, understanding his weaknesses and committing to improvement. His belief in his potential and his relentless work made him a legend. Example 3. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, faced countless rejections while trying to sell her idea. Instead of letting doubt win, she maintained a growth mindset, learning from each rejection and using it to improve her pitch. Today, she's one of the world's most successful self-made entrepreneurs. These stories aren't extraordinary because of luck. They're extraordinary because of mindset, persistence, and self-awareness. Exercises to build self-awareness. Self-awareness isn't developed by reading quotes. It's developed by practice. Here are practical exercises to start. 1. Journaling. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each day answering, what did I do well today? What challenged me? How did I respond to challenges? What thought patterns held me back? Writing helps you identify patterns, strengths, and areas for growth. 2. Strengths and weaknesses mapping. Draw 2 columns. Strengths, weaknesses. List everything you can think of honestly. Include skills, traits, and habits. Revisit it weekly. Notice progress, gaps, and shifts. 3. Trigger reflection. Notice moments of stress, anger, or frustration. Ask, what triggered this reaction? What thought led to this emotion? How could I respond differently next time? This builds emotional intelligence, a key component of a strong mindset. 4. Daily affirmations. Speak aloud affirmations that reinforce belief. I am capable of growth. Every challenge is an opportunity. I trust myself to learn, adapt, and overcome. Affirmations rewire your thought patterns and strengthen confidence. 5. Visualization. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal self, confident, resilient, and thriving. Picture handling challenges with calm and persistence. Engage all your senses. Do this daily. It primes your brain for real-world action. Practical mindset strategies. Reframe failure. See setbacks as lessons, not verdicts. Every mistake is feedback. Ask, what can I learn? Focus on controllable actions. Worry less about outcomes and more about effort and choices. Surround yourself with growth. Spend time with people who inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Celebrate micro wins. Acknowledge progress, no matter how small. Momentum grows from consistent effort. Question your self-talk. Replace I can't with I can learn how, or I will find a way. Affirmation. I am aware, I am growing, and I am in control of my mindset and my future. Reflection questions. Ask yourself, who am I right now, really? Which habits are helping me, and which are holding me back? Where have I limited myself with belief or mindset? How can I take one small action today to shift my perspective or behavior? Reflection creates clarity. Clarity builds confidence. Confidence fuels belief. The connection to goal setting. Here's the bridge. Self-awareness and mindset are not goals themselves. They are the foundation for every goal you want to achieve. Once you know who you are, what you're capable of, and how your mind works under pressure, you can set goals that align with your true potential. Once you understand your fears and triggers, you can anticipate obstacles and create plans to overcome them. Once you trust yourself, you can act boldly and consistently. Belief is powerful, but belief combined with self-awareness and a growth mindset becomes unstoppable. So the next step, the natural progression from this awareness, is goal setting and planning for success. Because a mind that knows itself is a mind that can plan wisely, act decisively, and persevere relentlessly. Transition. Take a deep breath. Feel the power in knowing yourself, in trusting your growth, and in cultivating a mindset that refuses to give up. Now, let's take all this insight and turn it into action. In the next section, we'll explore how to set meaningful goals, create actionable plans, and start building the life your future self is already cheering for. Your journey of belief and growth is just beginning, and it's about to get even more exciting. By now, you've looked inward. You've started understanding yourself, your strengths, your habits, and the mindset that will carry you forward. But awareness alone doesn't create results. Knowledge alone doesn't change your life. You need direction, and that direction comes from goals. Goals are the compass that guide your actions. They give clarity to your intentions, structure to your effort, and a destination for your belief. Without them, even the strongest belief can drift aimlessly. But with them, with clear, purposeful goals, you can turn dreams into tangible achievements. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, that's why today, we're going to talk about how to set meaningful goals and make a plan so that your belief actually produces results. Because believing in yourself is powerful, but believing without action is just hope. Why goals and planning matter. Think of your life like a road trip. Self-awareness is knowing what kind of car you're driving. Mindset is your confidence that you can handle the journey, even through rough terrain. But goals are the map. Without a map, you're just driving in circles, hoping to stumble upon your destination. Clear goals. Give focus to your energy, turn vague dreams into concrete targets, help you measure progress, and celebrate milestones. Make decision-making easier. Because every choice is weighed against your objectives, planning amplifies your belief. It turns "I hope I can do this" into "I know exactly how to do this." And every small, deliberate action builds momentum, which reinforces confidence and keeps belief alive. Step 1. Define your true goal. Your goal must resonate deeply with you. It has to light a fire inside. Because if it's not meaningful, motivation will fade and belief will weaken. Ask yourself, what do I truly want to achieve? Why does this matter to me? How will achieving this change my life? Write it down. Don't just think it, see it in black and white. Make it specific, measurable, and compelling. For example, I want to write a book becomes, I will complete the first draft of my book in 6 months, writing 500 words every day. I want to get fit becomes, I will exercise 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, for the next 3 months. Specificity turns dreams into actions you can execute. Step 2. Break the goal into small, actionable steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming, and overwhelm kills belief. That's why every big goal needs bite-sized steps. Ask yourself, what is the first step I can take today? What are the weekly milestones that move me forward? How can I measure progress consistently? Let's take an example. Your goal is to start a business. Step 1. Research the market. Step 2. Identify your niche and ideal customer. Step 3. Create a minimal viable product. Step 4. Launch a test campaign. Step 5. Gather feedback and iterate. Every step is small enough to act on immediately, but together they move you toward the bigger dream. Step 3. Schedule your actions. Writing goals down isn't enough. Planning your days, weeks, and months makes action unavoidable. Use a calendar, journal, or digital planner. Assign concrete tasks to specific days and times. Treat them as non-negotiable appointments with your future self. Consistency is key. Even 30 minutes a day compounds into massive progress over time. Affirmation. Every day I take action, I am closer to the life I imagine. Step 4. Anticipate obstacles. Belief alone won't prevent setbacks. Life will test you. Ask, what challenges might arise? What has caused me to procrastinate or give up in the past? How can I design solutions in advance? Prepare strategies. Break tasks into smaller chunks. Remove distractions from your environment. Schedule high-focus time. When energy is highest, keep a backup plan. For days when motivation is low, planning for obstacles protects your belief from being derailed by setbacks. Step 5. Discipline and focus. Belief fuels action, but discipline sustains it. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the engine. Tips to strengthen focus and maintain discipline. Time block your priorities. Allocate specific blocks for high-value work. Limit distractions. Turn off notifications. Silence social media. Set boundaries. Use micro-goals. Small, consistent wins reinforce momentum. Track progress visually. A habit tracker or checklist makes achievement tangible. Reward yourself. Celebrate milestones to maintain motivation. Remember, consistency beats intensity. Showing up daily, even imperfectly, creates unstoppable momentum. Stories of goal setting and persistence. Example 1. Elon Musk didn't start with rockets or electric cars. He started with detailed planning. He set clear goals for SpaceX and Tesla, broke them into actionable tasks, and relentlessly tracked progress, even through failures. His belief never wavered, but it was paired with strategy and relentless action. Example 2. Serena Williams. Every championship she won began with small, daily goals. Workouts, drills, and routines repeated consistently. The belief was there, but the discipline and planning made it manifest into victories. Example 3. J.K. Rowling. Even after numerous rejections, Rowling had a plan: revise, submit, and persist. Each small step, guided by belief, brought her closer to the dream she refused to abandon. These stories aren't about luck. They're about combining belief, planning, and consistent action. You can do this too. Step 6. Maintain flexibility. A goal is not a straight path. Life changes, obstacles appear, and sometimes strategies fail. Flexibility ensures that your belief isn't broken by circumstances. Ask, can I adjust the plan without abandoning the goal? Can I find alternative routes when blocked? Can I view setbacks as information, not judgment? The key is to stay committed to the destination, not the road. Step 7. Keep the vision alive. Belief grows stronger when you constantly remind yourself why this goal matters. Visual cues, vision boards, written affirmations, daily journaling. Every reminder strengthens your connection to your future self, reinforcing belief and fueling daily action. Affirmation: I am capable. I am committed. and every day I move closer to my dream. Reflection questions: what is the one goal that, if achieved, would transform my life the most? What is the first small action I can take today to move toward it? What obstacles am I likely to face, and how will I overcome them? How will I track progress and celebrate milestones? Answering these questions builds clarity, confidence, and a sense of direction. Direct engagement. You can do this. Let me speak to you directly. The life you imagine is not a fantasy. It is a series of decisions, plans, and actions waiting for you to start. Every moment you delay your own transformation. Start today. Set one goal. Plan one small action. Take one step, and then another. Momentum grows, belief strengthens, and your future self will look back with pride. Rhetorical question: if you refuse to give up, if you plan wisely, if you take consistent action, what could possibly stop you? Transition to overcoming obstacles. Of course, even the clearest goals and the most detailed plans will face resistance. Life will test your belief. You will stumble. You will feel doubt. And that's exactly why the next step is learning how to face challenges, overcome obstacles, and build resilience. Because belief combined with planning is powerful, but belief paired with resilience, that's unstoppable. In the next section, we'll explore how to rise after setbacks, persist through difficulties, and keep moving toward the life your future self is already cheering for. You've set goals. You've planned. You've built a mindset strong enough to carry you forward. But here's the truth nobody likes to talk about. Life isn't going to hand you success on a silver platter. Obstacles will come. Setbacks are inevitable. Failures, big and small, will try to shake your belief. And here's the secret. These moments don't define you. Your response does. Belief is powerful, but it becomes unstoppable only when paired with resilience. The ability to face difficulties, adapt, recover, and keep moving forward. Common challenges we all face, let's be real. These are the obstacles that hit most people on the road to their dreams. Fear of failure, that inner voice telling you, what if I'm not good enough? Self-doubt, questioning your abilities, even when evidence shows you can do it. External obstacles, life throws curveballs, job loss, health issues, unsupportive people. Procrastination and distraction, the mind's way of avoiding discomfort. Unexpected setbacks, a project falls apart, a plan doesn't work, or a goal seems unreachable. These challenges are not signs that you're failing, they're signs that you're growing. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Joshua J. Marine: the difference between those who succeed and those who give up is resilience. Resilience. What it really means, resilience isn't about never falling. It isn't about pretending you're not afraid or frustrated. Resilience is about bouncing back stronger after failure, adapting to circumstances without losing sight of your goals, persisting when every fiber of your being wants to quit. Think of resilience as a muscle. Every time you face adversity and keep going, you're strengthening it. Every setback you overcome is another layer of mental toughness added to your foundation. Stories of people who bounced back. One, J.K. Rowling. We've talked about her before, but let's look closer at her journey. Rejected by 12 publishers, living in poverty, feeling hopeless, Rowling could have quit. She didn't. She kept refining, submitting, and believing. The result? Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Her resilience turned rejection into a stepping stone. 2. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every failed experiment was a lesson, every setback a step closer to invention. His resilience didn't just create light bulbs, it illuminated the power of persistence. 3. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah faced poverty, abuse, and career setbacks early in life. Yet she built a media empire through belief and resilience. She didn't avoid challenges, she harnessed them. 4. Michael Jordan cut from his high school basketball team. Jordan could have walked away. Instead, he used failure as fuel, practicing relentlessly until he became one of the greatest athletes of all time. The lesson is clear. Resilience transforms obstacles into growth opportunities. How to develop mental toughness. Resilience is a skill, not a trait. You can build it. Here's how. 1. Reframe setbacks. Instead of thinking, "I failed," ask, "What did this teach me? How can I improve? How will this make me stronger?" Affirmation. Every setback is a setup for my comeback. 2. Cultivate a growth mindset. Challenges are opportunities in disguise. Ask, "What skills can I develop from this situation? How can I use this challenge as a stepping stone?" A growth mindset turns obstacles into a roadmap for improvement. 3. Build a resilience routine. Small habits strengthen mental toughness. Journaling to process emotions, meditation, or mindfulness to build focus, physical exercise to improve endurance, daily reflection to track lessons learned. 4. Surround yourself with support. Even resilient people need encouragement. Friends, mentors, or a community can provide perspective, accountability, and motivation when you feel like quitting. 5. Focus on controllable actions. You can't control everything, but you can control your effort, your attitude, and your choices. Ask, "What can I do right now that moves me forward? How can I respond in a way that strengthens my belief instead of weakening it?" Practical exercises to build resilience. Exercise 1. Daily reflection. Each day, write down one challenge you faced, how you responded, one lesson you learned. This builds awareness and strengthens your problem-solving muscles. Exercise 2. Visualization. Close your eyes and imagine overcoming a current challenge. Picture the emotions, the strategies you use, and the moment of triumph. Repeat daily to reinforce resilience. Exercise 3. Incremental challenges. Deliberately step outside your comfort zone. Speak in public, try a new skill, tackle a task you've been avoiding. Small challenges train your mind for bigger obstacles. Exercise 4. Affirmations. Speak aloud every morning. I am stronger than any challenge. I rise each time I fall. I am capable, resilient, and unstoppable. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear is normal. Doubt is normal. The difference is how you respond. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing if I act? What's the worst-case scenario, and can I survive it? How would my future self respond? Fear is a compass pointing toward growth. Every step taken despite fear strengthens resilience. The role of perseverance. Persistence is the engine of resilience. You may feel exhausted, discouraged, or overwhelmed, but every step forward compounds. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Even small, consistent steps create momentum. Even imperfect progress is progress. Even failures are lessons. Practical tips to strengthen resilience: micro wins. Break obstacles into small steps and celebrate progress. Track wins. Seeing achievements reinforces confidence. Positive self-talk. Replace "I can't" with "I will find a way." Strategic rest. Recovery strengthens resilience. Exhaustion weakens it. Continuous learning. Every obstacle teaches a lesson. Treat failures as opportunities, not verdicts. Direct engagement. You can do this. Your challenges will not disappear, but your ability to face them grows stronger every time you refuse to quit. Yes, you will stumble. Yes, you will feel doubt. Yes, life will throw you curveballs. But your future self is already cheering you on. Rise after every fall, learn from every failure, persist through every difficulty. Affirmation: I am resilient. I rise, I adapt, I overcome. Resilience is your superpower. Resilience is not rare. It is trained. Every setback you overcome, every fear you face, every challenge you embrace strengthens it. Your belief, paired with resilience, becomes unstoppable. You can endure difficulties without losing hope. You can face obstacles without giving up. You can turn adversity into opportunity. Transition to action and momentum now. Here's the exciting part. Resilience is the bridge between belief and action. You know yourself. You've built a strong mindset. You've faced doubt. The next step is to take that belief and resilience into consistent, unstoppable action. In the next section, we'll focus on how to harness this momentum, take daily action, and turn your goals into reality. Your future self is waiting, and the best way to honor them is to move forward one step at a time with courage, persistence, and unwavering belief. By now, you've done the groundwork. You've looked inward, understood yourself, built a resilient mindset, and set meaningful goals with a clear plan. You know what you want, you know your strengths, and you've faced the reality of obstacles head on. But here's the unglamorous truth. Knowing and believing are not enough. Belief without action is a dream deferred. Planning without execution is just hope. The difference between the person you are now and the person your future self is cheering for comes down to one word: consistency. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. John Maxwell: consistency is the bridge between intention and reality. It turns belief into momentum, momentum into progress, and progress into results. It doesn't matter if your steps are small, as long as you take them regularly. The compounding effect is unstoppable. Why consistent action matters more than motivation. Motivation is powerful, but it's fickle. It comes in waves. Some days you wake up energized and ready to conquer the world. Other days you feel drained, overwhelmed, or uncertain. Consistency doesn't rely on motivation. It's a habit, a choice, a commitment to yourself. Think about it like this. Motivation is the spark. Consistency is the fire that keeps burning long after the spark fades. The most successful people in history didn't wait to feel inspired. They showed up day after day when it was hard, boring, or inconvenient. That's what separates dreamers from achievers. Breaking big goals into daily habits. Consistency doesn't mean doing everything at once. It means turning your goals into daily, actionable habits. Here's how. Step 1. Identify the key actions that move the needle. Ask yourself, what tasks directly contribute to my goal? Which habits, repeated daily, will make the biggest difference? For example, if your goal is to write a book, your key actions might be writing 500 words daily, outlining chapters, and researching topics for an hour. If your goal is fitness, key actions might be exercising 30 minutes a day, meal prepping, and tracking progress. If your goal is growing a business, key actions might be reaching out to clients, creating content, and learning new skills. The key is focusing on what truly moves you forward, not just busy work. Step 2. Start small and build momentum. Consistency is built gradually. You don't need perfection, you need persistence. Start with manageable steps. 10 minutes of writing, 15 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of focused learning. Gradually increase as your confidence and momentum grow. Remember, showing up daily, even imperfectly, is far more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. Step 3. Habit stacking. Attach new habits to existing ones. For instance, after brushing your teeth in the morning, spend 5 minutes journaling. After making coffee, review your top priorities for the day. Habit stacking turns intention into automatic action, reducing friction and decision fatigue. Step 4. Track your progress. Keep a simple log of your actions. Mark off each completed habit. Visualizing your streak reinforces confidence, builds momentum, and creates a sense of accomplishment, even before the big results appear. Affirmation. Every action I take, no matter how small, moves me closer to my dreams. Stories of success through action and consistency. 1. Serena Williams. Serena didn't become a tennis champion overnight. She trained consistently, hours every day, rain or shine, for decades. The trophies weren't the start. They were the result of daily dedication and discipline. 2. Elon Musk didn't build Tesla and SpaceX by inspiration alone. He meticulously scheduled his days, broke massive projects into achievable steps, and worked relentlessly. His secret? Consistent action toward a well-defined vision. 3. James Clear and the 1% Rule. Author of Atomic Habits. James Clear demonstrates that improving just 1% every day compounds into massive results over time. Small, consistent actions outweigh occasional bursts of extreme effort. The lesson is clear. Consistency is often the hidden ingredient behind extraordinary achievements. Practical tips for staying consistent. Time block your priorities. Assign specific blocks in your calendar for high-impact activities. Treat them as unmissable appointments with your future self. Remove friction. Make the right actions easy and the wrong ones harder. Lay out workout clothes, prep meals, or have your workspace ready before starting. Leverage visual reminders. Habit trackers, sticky notes, or phone alarms act as cues to reinforce daily action. Focus on systems, not just goals. A goal is a destination. A system is the vehicle that gets you there. Consistently executing the system guarantees progress. Celebrate micro wins. Acknowledging small victories fuels motivation, strengthens belief, and reinforces the habit loop. Embrace imperfection. Missing a day isn't failure, it's feedback. Adjust, then move forward. The key is to return quickly to action. Direct engagement. Start today. Here's the part where I speak directly to you. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need unlimited energy. You don't need motivation to strike like lightning. You just need to start today. Even 5 minutes counts. Even a single step counts. Even showing up imperfectly counts. Ask yourself, what's one small action I can take right now that my future self would thank me for? What habit can I begin building today that will compound into a major win? Start now. The smallest action taken today is the seed of your future success. Rhetorical question. If you refuse to quit, if you take consistent action, if you show up every single day, what could possibly stop you? Momentum. The secret ingredient momentum is your secret weapon. Once you start moving consistently, confidence grows, fear diminishes, action becomes easier. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. The first push is hard, but each rotation makes it bigger, faster, unstoppable. Consistency builds momentum. Momentum sustains belief. Belief fuels more action. It's a cycle, a self-reinforcing engine of success. Affirmation: I am unstoppable. My daily actions create my future. Reflection questions for consistency: which daily habit will have the greatest impact on my goals? How can I structure my day to prioritize high-value actions? What obstacles might prevent me from staying consistent, and how will I overcome them? How will I track and celebrate my progress? Answering these questions sets you up for lasting action and ensures that belief doesn't remain abstract. It becomes real, measurable, and powerful. Stories of everyday consistency. Remember, extraordinary results are built from ordinary actions repeated daily. The writer who writes 500 words every morning ends up with a best-selling book. The entrepreneur who makes one sales call a day grows a business that eventually reaches thousands. The student who studies 30 minutes daily masters subjects that seem impossible at first. The common thread? Belief, paired with daily, consistent action. Transition to reflection and conclusion now. You've seen the full arc: belief, self-awareness, mindset, goals, resilience, and consistent action. The final piece is reflection, pausing to acknowledge progress, solidify lessons learned, and commit fully to the future you're building. In the next section, we'll tie it all together, helping you internalize your growth, celebrate wins, and step confidently into the life your future self has been waiting for. Your belief has carried you this far. Your resilience has strengthened you. Your consistent action has created momentum. Now it's time to reflect, reinforce, and move forward with unstoppable clarity. If you want, I can now write part 6, reflection and conclusion, finishing the script with a powerful, motivational ending that leaves your audience inspired and ready to act immediately. Take a moment and breathe. Close your eyes if you want. Imagine the journey you've just taken with me, from self-awareness to mindset, goal setting, resilience, and consistent action. Every step, every insight, every story was not just inspiration, it was a roadmap. A message from your future self, a version of you who already achieved what you're dreaming of. And they're looking at you now with pride, but also with one urgent question: what if you never stop believing? That question isn't rhetorical. It's a challenge, a dare, a spark to ignite the potential lying dormant inside you. Because here's the truth: belief is the starting line. It's the seed. But belief alone doesn't create change. Growth happens when belief meets clarity, awareness, action, and resilience. Let's recap the journey 1. Self-awareness. Knowing yourself, it all begins here. Self-awareness is the foundation of every decision you make, every goal you pursue, every obstacle you overcome. You learn to identify your strengths and lean into them, recognize weaknesses, and create strategies to manage them, examine habits, patterns, and thoughts to ensure they support your growth. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle, without self-awareness, belief is like trying to navigate a dark room. You're moving, but you don't know where. With it, every step becomes intentional, deliberate, and powerful. 2. Mindset. Strengthening your inner power. Next came mindset. Your mind is the lens through which you see the world. A fixed mindset sees limits. A growth mindset sees opportunity. You learn to challenge doubts, reframe failures, and embrace challenges as stepping stones. You discovered the power of reframing setbacks as lessons. You embraced affirmations, visualizations, and habits that reinforce confidence. You understood that your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford 3. Goal setting and planning. Turning dreams into reality. Belief and mindset set the stage, but goals and planning direct your energy. You learn to set clear, actionable, meaningful goals. You broke big dreams into daily steps, routines, and micro actions. You anticipated obstacles and created strategies to overcome them. Clarity creates momentum. A plan transforms vague intentions into concrete results. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry 4. Resilience. Bouncing back stronger. Obstacles are inevitable. Life will test you. Setbacks will arrive. But resilience is your armor. You saw how. Failures are feedback, not final verdicts. Challenges are opportunities to strengthen mental toughness. Persistence is more important than perfection. Stories of people like J.K. Rowling, Michael Jordan, and Oprah Winfrey prove that the path to success is rarely smooth, but those who rise stronger are unstoppable. Affirmation. I rise, I adapt, and I overcome every challenge. 5. Taking action and consistency. Making wins happen. Belief without action is wishful thinking. Momentum without consistency is fleeting. You learn to break goals into small, daily habits. Take action even when motivation fades. Build momentum through discipline, focus, and repetition. The magic happens in showing up, day after day, turning intention into tangible results. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements. John Maxwell, your call to action. Start today. Now it's your turn. Not tomorrow. Not when conditions feel perfect. Today, ask yourself, what is one small step I can take right now toward my dream? Which habit can I start today that will compound into massive progress? How can I respond differently to a challenge this week to grow stronger? Your future self is counting on you. Every action you take today is a vote for the life you want tomorrow. Every choice, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of your future. Rhetorical question. If you refuse to quit, if you act daily, if you harness your belief with strategy and resilience, what could possibly stop you? The power of reflection doesn't just celebrate wins, it strengthens your belief. Look at the progress you've already made. The moments you chose growth over comfort, the times you persisted despite fear, the steps you took today, no matter how small, that your future self will thank you for. Reflection turns your journey into a story of empowerment. And stories are powerful. They shape identity. You are not someone who gives up. You are someone who believes, persists, and takes action. Final affirmations for your journey. Repeat these aloud. Every morning or whenever you need strength. I am capable of achieving my dreams. Every step I take brings me closer to my future self. Challenges are opportunities. Setbacks are lessons. Consistency creates momentum. I will never stop believing in myself. A message from your future self. Imagine your future self again. Confident, accomplished, thriving, smiling. They're looking at you, proud, and saying, I told you, you were stronger than you knew. You never gave up. You believed. You acted. You became the life you dreamed of. That future is waiting for you. Not for someone else. Not for perfect circumstances. Not for luck. For you. Right now. Your dreams, your growth, your success. They start with belief. Yes, but they live through your actions, your resilience, and your consistency. Closing words. You are capable. You are resilient. You are unstoppable. The life you imagine is not a fantasy. It is a series of choices, actions, and habits waiting for you to claim. So start today. Take one step, then another. Keep showing up. Keep believing. Keep building. Because your future self is cheering for you. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the choice to never stop believing and never stop acting. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Lao Tzu, take that step today, and every day, keep moving. Momentum will grow. Confidence will flourish. Dreams will become reality. The life you want is not waiting. It's already within your reach. Built one step at a time by the person in the mirror, you. Affirmation to leave with. I am the creator of my life. I am the author of my story. I believe, I act, and I will achieve. Go forward. Show up. Take action. And never stop believing in yourself. Because the future you has already started cheering you on.